Hey guys, this is Sly with Back Rabbit Outdoors. I'm going to be starting my first overnighter, trying some bushcraft skills, some camping ideas. I'm here in Galveston County at a piece of property that my parents own, but it's all pretty overgrown. And I'm going to be clearing out a space through some of this underbrush and seeing what I can do to make this more livable and a little more comfortable. And hopefully this will be my base for some time. I found my 2 trees that I'm gonna put my hammock up on. I got my pack hanging right now. Checking out the trees. It's gonna need some clearing out a little bit here. Clear out some dead branches above where the hammock goes. But I got 2, looks like Chinese tallows here to actually give me some good support. All right, I've done some work on my camp. Worked on getting the new hammock up and the bug net and the cover. Give you a grand tour right now, show you what I've done, and I can already see some things I need to improve on. Here I have the E&O double wide hammock with the Guardian bug net I've set up. I've followed a couple suggestions from online. Here with the bug net. This last connection to my ridge line, I did not connect that. Fellow off of the YouTube channel of David's Passage suggested that because when you get in the hammock, the bug net will pull down. So with this slack, you still have plenty of room inside, but you're not opening up the gathers here to let bugs in, so you still keep that nice and tight. Over top I have 2 military ponchos that snap together. This is not a good design, I can already say that. One, it isn't quite long enough for my tarp setup, for my hammock setup. So I had to go corner to corner rather than do a square drape over. We have the hoods for the ponchos. I've gathered up with a rubber band on the top and the bottom to make a good seal. And also, if you come around here, the way these snap together, it doesn't snap overlapping, it snaps side to side, and so I don't know how weatherproof that will be in the future. I have a fix that I could do, probably just make some little chip clips, some little clothespins to seal this up if I need to, but I'm not really expecting any rain tonight. I was just kind of giving this a test drive. Over here, the tree was nice enough to have a broken branch on it to hang my pack with my med kit, a couple extra water cans, food and stuff is in that. Let me talk about my med kit here for a second. I have that strapped to the top of my pack. As you can see, it's bright red. It has the medical cross on it. I did that so if there is an emergency, no matter what it is, the med kit's always right here. I don't have to go digging through my pack for it. If for some reason I'm out with somebody and an emergency arises and I can't get to my pack, it's easily identifiable. If someone comes across me and I am unconscious, they know where my med pack is. Has all sorts of goodies in it, burn gel, bandages, slings, that kind of stuff. I'll probably do a whole nother video on what's in my med kit. I picked up this blood type tag just at the local surplus store. It's I figured why not put that on there. It's connected to my striker. So yeah, this is the grand tour with my hammock and the bug net and the drape over my tarp. Okay, listen. I don't know if you heard that, but it sounds like we have an owl in the neighborhood. We have 2 owls. Let's see if I can get a good look at him. I don't see him, but I hear him. And I hear his friend answering. That's going to be really cool tonight. Got a little fire going. get things started good. Got camp set up. I think I'm gonna get some more firewood. I got some small stuff processed down here, but want to get some more. Everything here is wet. The ground is pretty soft and muddy, so I don't know exactly how successful I'll be. Okay guys, I got some firewood processed up. That should be enough to get me through the evening. I'm going to start seeing about cooking some supper and maybe some nice tea. But when it gets dark, it's going to get dark. So I'm glad I got most of this taken care of before it got too dark. I had my supper. It got really dark, and apparently I forgot my headlamp. So filming it would have been a little tricky. I was going to go through my dry prep and packaging, so that'll have to wait till breakfast. I hope to cook a very substantial breakfast in the morning. Now I'm up in the tent, up in the hammock, and definitely going to have to figure out the learning curve here. I have a sleeping bag and a blanket in here with me, and I'm trying to figure out how to get it underneath me and keep it underneath me. There's going to be a lot of wiggling around, but I can already tell the parts of me that aren't on it and are just on the bare hammock with the airflow underneath. It's definitely very chilly, so I'm going to try and get bundled in here and just hunker down for the night. Hopefully get a good night's sleep. Well, good morning. The temperature got quite chilly, and it's just before dawn right now. I'm gonna get out of the hammock and break down the hammock and the tarp and sleeping bag, get it all stowed away. I can feel the barometer dropping. I know later in the day it's forecasted for rain, so I want to get that packed up before we get any rainfall. Lots of critters running around last night. Seemed like the raccoons were fighting about once an hour, and there's definitely a trick to sleeping in a hammock all night, especially when it gets kind of cold. See my breath. I wanted to show you something that I did last night that came in very handy. From my first video with the kayak, some of y'all remember I lost my glow-in-the-dark Nalgene bottle. I went ahead and replaced it, and last night when it was empty, I dropped my flashlight into it, and you can kind of see here it's still going, it's daylight, but it pretty much lit up my whole area. So that was another use for this. Like I said in my product review, the top is wide enough so you can use this as dry storage too. You can put your dry goods in or whatever you need to keep dry. You don't need to necessarily have a fluid in it, but the opacity of the bottle allowed it to really diffuse the light and let's say glow and light up this whole area. So since I forgot my headlamp, that was very, very handy. I'm just going to show you guys, after I got the hammock broken down, I pulled out the stakes that I was using to stretch out my canopy, and you can see here just how deep they were in the ground because of the mud. Yeah, this place is really, really wet. I didn't even have to use a mallet or hammer those in. That was all just shoving them in the ground. So getting fire started and stuff out here is really tricky because of the humidity, and that it is just, everything is wet. But see if I can get a successful fire going and cook some breakfast now. All right, did some camp chores. Essentially, I took down a tree over here. Things are so damp, it's hard to find standing dead wood that's not rotted. And this was dead at the top. Also, I needed a flat, firm surface to process firewood on, to chop it down to kindling. Since it's so muddy and we have no stones out here, I had to do that. Went at it with my collapsing camp saw, did a little chopping with a machete. Took it down about 5 to 10 minutes. Pretty good for me. I haven't chopped down a tree in over 20 years. So I got that wood processed. I got the fire going a little bit. I was going to make some Yopon tea because the Yopon holly that grows here is one of the most caffeinated plants in North America, and you can make a tea out of the leaves. I don't know if you can catch this on camera though. All the Yopon I've been able to identify has some kind of black fungus on it, and I'm not willing to chance it with that, so I'm not going to drink that. I said correctly identify is there's a lot of privet bush that grows out here too, and so you can see here's the Yopon, and right over here is privet. It looks very similar. There's only slight variations in the leaves. When there's no berries on the plant, it's hard to tell. Yopon is a type of holly, so it gives off red berries. The privet is a I don't know what kind of plant that is, but it gives off black berries that are not good for you to eat. So I'm not going to do that. Okay, since I wasn't able to make any Yopon tea to get some caffeine, unfortunately that was my only source of caffeine. So luckily I'm not a coffee junkie. What we do have here is we have this really big camphor tree, a very big camphor tree. And all around it drops berries and makes these little seedlings. Well, these seedlings, you can see here, are all over the place. They have kind of dark, waxy looking leaves, and the underside is a little lighter. They have a pretty predominant vein, no serration. Well, if you get one of these, let's see if you can find a good one. This fella. Nope, that one broke. This fella. And you clean off all the dirt from the root, and you break off. I usually go to just about that bend right there. There's going to be a main bend in the root. Break it off, wash it down, and you can go ahead and steep it as a tea. Here you can see I got some, about 4 or 5 in there. But it's very similar to what you find in sassafras and root beer. So I'll have kind of a root beer flavored drink to enjoy with my breakfast. So I'm looking forward to that. I got the tea steeped and cooling. I got some more water heating for some oatmeal. It doesn't have to be fancy. This is just the instant envelope stuff. I was going to show how I package it up though. I use a brown paper bag and usually label it. That is butcher's twine. Essentially it's just a natural cotton twine. Everything in here can be eaten or safely burned on the campfire, so I don't have to take out as much trash, and if I do happen to leave it behind, then it is biodegradable. It's not going to be a lump of plastic laying around for a long time. Hey guys, this is Sly with Back Rabbit Outdoors. I just finished my first overnighter with the hammock and some of the gear that I have. I have to say that it wasn't as easy as I thought. Where we're at in Galveston County, everything is always wet. It's very humid. The wood is in 2 states, either alive or rotted. So making a fire is tricky. The ground is soft. You can't really sit down or you're going to get muddy. it's kind of tricky. That's what I got to work with. So the term practicing bushcraft really is just that. You have to practice. It's not something that will come easy. It's not, bada bing, look, you've made a campsite. It takes effort, it takes patience, and it really is a skill to be practiced. Huge shout out to everybody who makes it look easy on YouTube. Survival Lily out of Austria, MCQ Bushcraft out of the British Isles, several others. If I mention them, and even if I don't mention them, I'll probably put some links down in the description for you to check out their channels and see how it's done. Self-filming is not easy, but I'm going to continue to do it. Okay, I've packed up my camp now, and I'm getting ready to head out. I want to thank y'all for watching. It probably was not as polished as I had hoped, but maybe you learned a little bit, a thing or two, and maybe at least you learned what not to do. Alright, this is Sly with Back Rabbit Outdoors, and I hope y'all have a good day. Hey guys, this is Sly with Back Rabbit Outdoors.